Legends whisper of mysteries locked fair underground. Hidden ruins sunk deep beneath the earth. Obscured artifacts nestled below layers of soil. Tales speak of entire civilizations buried and lost, erased from memory, with only the highest rooftops still stretching for the sun. Is this mere myth or forgotten truth? The Tartaria theory posits shocking claims of a hidden history concealed right under our feet. Welcome, fellow truth seekers. Today, we plunge into the shadow depths to examine assertions of ancient grandeur and catastrophe forgotten by time. A story of towering genius, advancement, and tragic oblivion. Gather around as we explore this subterranean enigma and see what answers or deeper questions it may reveal, hidden in the darkness below the surface of the world we know. In brief, the Tartaria theory contends that centuries past, an empire called Tartaria dominated Central Asia, influential and culturally exalted. Possessing technology engineering capacities far ahead of its era, the Tartars erected magnificent bastions and citadels of intricate, ornate architecture across domains stretching from Europe to Asia. Tartarian knowledge also granted spectacular infrastructural accomplishments shaping urban development in societies across much of the known world, a lost civilization glimmering in forgotten glory. But catastrophe struck, claim theorists. What devastation befell this missing chapter of human heritage in the infamous calamity known as the mudflood? Around 1800, add by some accounts, a tremendous inundation like no other descended upon the Tartars. Tidal waves of soil, massive landslides born of forces not fully understood. Even today, engulfed realms thought mighty and endless, accounting for the scarcity of relics or records. Nearly all material traces were entirely buried by this relentless terrestrial tsunami. How many flourishing cultures, hopes, and dreams found themselves entombed miles underground by the raging sedimentary cascade? Only the highest tower peaks and rooftops remained visible in remote locales, according to the theory, as surreal islands jutting from a new sea of mud. In later generations, when modern civilizations unearthed these bizarre towering ruins, they claimed construction credit without conceptualizing far older, far grander cultural origins lying concealed deep underneath the suffocating terrestrial flows. A poignant legacy languishing invisible below the long-buried foundation of forgotten empires. This elucidate Tartaria advocates is the true hidden source of these mysterious architectural vestiges still being discovered sporadically today. A compelling picture on the surface, certainly, but how firm is the ground beneath these bold assertions? Can such extraordinary claims withstand careful scrutiny? Delving deeper beneath the facing stones unveils significant questions eroding bedrock validity. Early evidence presented by advocates points toward cartography, historical maps of Asia, and Russia labeled broad regions as Tartary or Great Tartaria. Believers proclaim this illustrates the erstwhile cultural footprint and political influence of the lost Tartarian realm stretching across continents. Yet illuminated reanalysis reveals an alternate context. These appellations matched common European naming conventions for vague unknown lands beyond their borders, not precise geographical boundaries. Much as Africa or Asia denote whole diverse continents today rather than unified nations, the Blanchardian names for macro regions were more about imagining far-flung exotic locals than precision surveillance. Fantastical atlases notwithstanding, imperial scope on the ground frequently differed starkly from depictions by distant cartographers gazing through hazy telescopes. Moreover, abundant problematic details poke holes beneath the theory's lofty spires. What of sites completely buried under megafloods but with highest points still dramatically elevated? Would these not now lie hundreds of meters below sea level after becoming totally submerged? Why instead do clear strata still position them visibly, if awkwardly on today's surface? The enormous logistical scale required for such global geographic turnover and historical architectural reconstruction also elicits skepticism. Likewise, excavations broadly uncover sequential dirt strata matching existing accepted timelines rather than revealing inexplicable violations or remnants of impossible chronology. No long-lost Lisbon piers under last skyscrapers. The dearth of corroborative evidence in geology, archaeology, or documentation further softens the supposedly firm ground as researchers illuminate history's unseen contours. Legitimate artifacts and archives occasionally surface supporting revolutionary perspectives. But extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. Ancillary ideological scrutiny unveils equally shaky bedrock. The Tartaria concept recycles foundational elements of Russian writer Natalie Fomenko's discredited New Chronology. Theories which contorted timeline conventions to relocate ancient Rome, Greece, and other accepted touchstones from the Mediterranean to more modern Eurasian settings after the fall of Byzantium. Why corrupt factual consistency for nationalistic convenience? A long lineage of such imaginative temporal revisionism arguably seeks less to reveal truth than prove predetermined perspectives. Psychological appeal notwithstanding, romanticized wishful thinking rooted in faint frangipane perfume proves fragile scaffolding for towering claims. After descending deeper down this evidentiary excavation, raising more doubts than discoveries, what capstones might we rest upon? Perhaps substantiation stands precarious, while contrary evidence thoroughly undermines the theory's foundations. As with many conjectures that challenge paradigms, the narrative elegantly intrigues, but does not irrefutably convince based on known archaeological and documentary records. Yet for all its questionable reinforcement in bedrock truth, the enthusiasm surrounding Tartaria reveals our human hankering for mysteries not yet fully plumbed, and who knows what forgotten treasures still slumber in the blank voids and crevasses of history waiting to astonish. However much we have unearthed, yawning caverns surely lie beneath our collective comprehension. This has been but a short survey stroll through the deep subterranean plains of Tartaria. To all fellow explorers of life's dark corners and unknown destinations, I say, keep digging. The truth is out there whether we have found it or not. Our human journey ever continues onward and inward to uncover what still lies buried and hidden far below the now bright horizons of our knowledge. The adventure continues.